Welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Last time, we did a whole bunch of exploring, and, well, we found ourselves here inside Lord Jabu Jabu's belly after we told King Zora that his daughter, Ruto here, got swallowed. So, here we are helping the princess recover something precious that she lost inside. We also explored a fair bit of Jabu Jabu and got the almighty boomerang. Today, we're to keep on going and see just what we can find. Now, I want to say we want to come into this room and drop down, I think it's this room? Yes. Gently put Ruto down and get yourself 2 golden Skulltulas here, avoiding the jellyfish, as Ruto so promptly put it. And we can get ourselves 2 golden Skulltula tokens. Very nice. Now, if I don't throw the boomerang incorrectly, we can get the next one. And yeah, the boomerang more or less completely invalidates the slingshot. The only reason you should ever really use the slingshot again is for the simple fact that it has more range. Other than that, boomerang's your go-to. Ooh.
That's it. That's what I've been looking for. Throw me up there, onto the platform.
Sure. Princess Ruto got the spiritual stone. But why Princess Ruto? I think this is one of my favorite jokes in the game. I love this so much.
Oh my goodness, I finally found my mother's stone. I got very upset when Lord Jabu Jabu swallowed it. While I was feeding him, he suddenly swallowed me. I was so surprised I dropped it inside. But now that I found it, I don't need to be in here anymore. So take me home right now.
Sure. Seems... Oh. Uh-huh.
Yeah! What is this? An octopus?
Oh. Hey! That's not Princess Ruto. What it is a mini-boss. So yeah. Hi there, friend. Simply throw your boomerang at him, and then ID him.
Big Octo, attack it from behind.
So yeah, this guy is pretty simple. Throw your boomerang, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Now otherwise, as you can see, he gets stunned fairly easy. He'll spin around, but you can also stun him temporarily with Deku Nuts. So what you want to do is stun him with the boomerang, and then basically just keep it up. He's a pretty easy fight, though sometimes he can be a little annoying to deal with if you really take your time. The other big thing is that these spikes here are probably going to do more damage to you than he is, so keep it in mind. Now, because he's a little fast, you might struggle to catch up with the guy, and he can be a bit of an annoying fight because of this. I'm not a huge fan of this guy. But, well, you're just gonna have to do what you can. Now, I want to say, yeah, sometimes he turns around. That is your chance to hit him. Now, grab your Deku stick, do a big jump attack, and you will one-hit kill him. That's going to save you a lot of time. And gives us some nice little hearts, and we can continue on our merry way. So now that Princess Ruto is gone, you're pretty much left to your own devices. Explore Jabu Jabu's belly as much as you like. Ooh, a nice little fairy. May as well bottle it up, seeing as we have 3 of the 4 bottles. Very useful. Now I tell you, for as quick as they give you 3 bottles, you're not going to be seeing that 4th one until way later after a ton of effort. So Get comfy having 3 bottles, and I wouldn't blame you if you never did get the 4th one. It takes a while. Otherwise, we have these weird, I guess, membranes? Cells, maybe? I really don't know what to call them. But you can paralyze them with the boomerang. If the boomerang doesn't do damage outright, then usually it will stun something, which is very useful. It's why it's one of my favorite items. At worst, you're stunning something. At best, you outright kill it or deal damage. I think it's a pretty darn good use of your time. And then otherwise, right here, I want to say, looking around, yeah, there's really not much. But, should we jump on here, we'll lower this pathway inside Lord Jabu Jabu. And there's also a blue switch. Now you might remember, we needed Rudo to get through this. Navi, are you going to tell us about this? If I do this again, are you going to tell us?
Something strange is covering the entrance. You must solve the puzzle in this room to make the entrance open.
Thank you for stating the obvious, Navi. So, if you remember, you need something to weigh that down. That's what these wooden crates are for. Though, if you remember, there's actually a room we haven't been in from this main room. So, I actually want to go back here and drop down the hole again, so that way we can get to that room. I want to say you still need to jump down here, which easy enough. But I wanted to go to this room later, just because I didn't want to walk all the way around again with Rudo. So I figured we would go here now, especially seeing as you need the boomerang for it to get across. And also ideally to deal with these Octoroks here. Ow. And frankly, this feels like a room that they would have hidden a gold skulltula in, but no, it's just a ton of money and a fairy. So, if you need it, feel free to bottle it up. Otherwise, we'll grab the money and be on our way. I wanted to show it off because really, there isn't an actual reason to go in that room, ever. So, I figured we'd show it off and then be on our merry way. I mean, look, admittedly, Lord Jabu Jabu is one of the easiest dungeons in the game. So, I mean, I can't blame you if you, maybe missed that room. It's pretty straightforward, and, oh gosh, that looks painful. It's pretty straightforward and easy to just clear it all in one go without ever even thinking about that room. Still, the solution to this puzzle here should be fairly simple. Pick up the wooden box, hop on the platform, drop the wooden box, and you should be good to go. See? Nice and simple. Otherwise, this disgusting looking room. Oh. Something about that green and all the like ridges and bumps that are on the wall just make this room look gross. Oh. I've never enjoyed looking at it. Ooh. And if you can hear that, there's a skulltula in here. Now, I will say, make sure you get all of the skulltulas on this visit to Jabu Jabu. We won't ever have a reason to come back here, so you may as well save yourself the trouble and get all of them now rather than later. And bada bing, bada boom, that should be every single skulltula in Jabu Jabu. Not all that difficult, all things considered. Ooh. Nice little switch. Use the boomerang. And, I mean, look, to be honest, that's pretty much the entirety of Lord Jabu Jabu. He's a very short dungeon. Though, his excuse me, can I please, you know what? We'll just backflip off. And, call it good. But yeah, he's a pretty short dungeon, all things considered. A kind of horribly gross one, but, yeah. Also, Look, let's be honest, he is definitely bigger on the inside than he is the outside. But who knows? Maybe it's a weird placebo. Welcome to the bioelectric anemone, Baronade. This is quite an interesting boss. And, Navi, tell us about it.
Baronade. Many parasitic jellyfish swarm around this monster. Aim for its body, protected by jellyfish.
So yeah. Now one thing I will probably warn is there might be a lot of flashing lights with this guy. So, if you're a little photosensitive, be careful, I'd say. Otherwise, these gosh darn jellyfish, they are obnoxious. But, in order to get rid of them, all you need to do is throw the boomerang at the main body. And if you notice, the jellyfish are technically considered the same thing as the main body. So, no new dialogue from Navi. As you can see, it is extremely easy to hit the main body there, so just do your best to avoid it, get rid of the jellies, and you should be good. Another really gross thing is that Baronade bleeds, or maybe it's Baronade, but the point is, it bleeds from the tendrils you cut, which is a really gross detail. Trust me, it's one I technically appreciate, just because it is very nice attention to detail, but it is undeniably gross. Otherwise, he's a fairly simple boss. I think he's the only one that's hit us so far, so good on him for that. But, when he gets up, you best be careful. Again, deal with him again, hit the jellies, ideally avoid the electric. Try to paralyze him best you can. This is why I'm happy we have all those extra hearts, because fighting this guy on less than like 3 is very dangerous if, say, you've taken a bunch of damage and don't have berries or something. Ow! Yeah, once he gets up, I believe, yep, we can start just jamming Deku sticks into him. He's a pretty simple boss once you figure out what to do, but man does he hurt. Come on, Deku stick. Not bad. Now, interestingly, by jumping it, jump attacking him, you actually just effectively save yourself a Deku stick, because he'll always go back down after he's taken, I believe, at least 3 damage. So, you can use 2 or just do a jumping attack. You get the same amount. Ugh. Talk about gross. The fact that it gets a bunch of, like, swollen pustules and then explodes? Ugh. I gotta say, not a very fun boss. And the fact that his gore is left behind? Yeah. Let's take our 10th heart container and be well on the way. Because I don't want to think about this thing any more than I have to. And hey, it's Rudo! How you doing, gal?
You're late. What took you so long? You're useless. I was just lonely, that's all. Just a little.
I like the little touch that she's blushing. She's the classic Japanese trope of the tsundere. It's kinda cute. And whoa! Little space!
You looked cool. Cooler than I thought you would anyway. Just a little. Well, anyway, you saved me, so I guess I'll reward you. What do you wish? Just tell me.
Now, as funny as it is to say, nothing really, I want that spiritual stone.
You mean the spiritual stone of water, Zora's sapphire, don't you? My mother gave it to me and said I should give it only to the man who will be my husband. You might call it the Zora's engagement ring. All right. I'll give you my most precious possession, Zora's sapphire.
What was that last part about the engagement? Huh? You know, we might be in a little over our head. But there it is. You obtained Zora's sapphire. This is the spiritual stone of water passed down by the Zoras. Her most precious possession? You don't know what she's talking about, but you finally collected all 3 spiritual stones. Go back to see Princess Zelda.
Don't tell my father.
Right. Technically, I guess this means Link is engaged. That's a little awkward, isn't it? This also starts the long-running trend of Zora women really liking Link for whatever reason. I couldn't tell you why, but maybe they just thought it was funny. And I mean, to be fair, it is kind of cute, I guess. Anyways, now that we have the boomerang, you don't want to leave immediately. In fact, you want to play the sun song and make it nighttime. Because now that we have the boomerang, we can get pretty much every Skulltula available to us right now. This is a huge thing, and trust me, you want to go out of your way to get these now. So, first and foremost, this Skulltula right here on the rock. This is another super easy one to miss, and frankly, I would not blame you if you didn't think to make it nighttime and then climb this log to look at this wall specifically. I mean, seriously, talk about weird and hidden. Still, it's not so bad to get. This also marks a ton of other places we now need to backtrack to, including Kokiri Forest. Because remember way back in the Deku Tree where we found that wall that looked bombable? We need to go there. Also, hey Rudo.
Did my most precious possession help you in your quest? Hehe.
Well, it certainly will. And, yeah, let's, just not tell King Zora that you're now technically engaged to Link. I'm sure there won't be any complications from that. I mean, look, point is, I'm not going to think about it anymore, and we're going to keep moving. I think it's a good idea. In fact, there's a lot we need to do. Seriously, this boomerang opens up a lot of Skulltulas. And frankly, the rest of today is probably going to be spent hunting them. So as exciting as it is to go and, you know, to see Zelda now that we have all the spiritual stones, we need to get some Skulltulas. So, down into the convenient water pit we go. And into the Lost Woods it spits us out. I like to think that they really knew what they were doing, and let's be honest, they totally did. That's why they put that there, for you to get back here as easily and quickly as possible. Because now, we can go to the Deku Tree, go straight on down into his belly, effectively, and then take that little shortcut we used earlier to get fire, go through the hole, blow open a wall, go beyond it, and get us the nice Skulltula. Now look, to be honest, if you completely forgot that this golden Skulltula even existed, I seriously do not blame you. This one is so out of the way that frankly, it is really easily missed. And then after this, I think we'll probably go back to Lon Lon Ranch and get the Skulltulas there. Trust me, it'll work out pretty well. Climb the little cube. Then yeah, remember this little hole right here? We will need some bombs. So we'll equip those right now while we're thinking about it. Crawl on through the hole. Beautiful. And if the camera would cooperate, thank you. We can now go over here and blow open this wall after all this time. Beautiful. And go through this door, which leads us to a normal Skulltula. If you notice, the boomerang just paralyzes him for you. This makes him nice and easy to kill. Super convenient. And then, let's see. Ah, there he is. So yeah, it is incredibly sneaky that they put this all the way back here, and you have to wait until Lord Jabu Jabu's belly to get this. Kind of a mean move, but frankly, I think it does give you a really good excuse to go back to dungeons, even if it's maybe not the best excuse. And don't you worry, we technically need to go back to Dodongo's cavern as well. So, get ready for that. Now, the one nice thing, if I'm correct, and I hope I am not wrong, is that when you go to the end of a dungeon, you can be taken out very easily, thanks to the boss portal. So because of this, going back and getting this isn't that bad. Because trust me, climbing the vines to leave there is incredibly slow. So taking that saves us a whole bunch of time. Now, once we're done at Lon Lon Ranch, I imagine we'll go over to Gerudo Valley just to grab the one Skulltula on the waterfall that we saw. There's also all the ones at Lake Hylia. And trust me, there's even more than that. I want to say there's a bunch of random holes that we can find that also have Skulltulas in them, which, don't you worry, I'll be sure to show off. But trust me, it is a lot. So, I mean, at this point, look, I'm probably gonna speed some things up, and once we get to places, I'll make sure to let you know. So, have fun. Alright, now that we are back here at Lon Lon Ranch, the first Skulltula is up there on the window. Now, if you do want, you could use the slingshot to make aiming at the Skulltulas way easier, but I always found just using the boomerang is easy enough, so I never minded it. Otherwise, if we roll into this tree, here's the Skulltula I missed all that time ago. Again, my bad for just not rolling into it, but hey, I figured it'd be easy enough to pick up. And then I want to say the other one we're looking for is on this wall over here. It's in a really weird location because it's just randomly on the wall. But trust me, it is here somewhere. Is that him up there? No, is it this wall over here? It's one of them. Yeah, there he is. See? Why would you ever think to come and look at this random wall? I couldn't tell you. But hey, easy enough. Ow. Grab our nice Skulltula token after getting pecked by a crow. And then I want to say the next place we want to go to is, yeah, Gerudo Valley. Because there's a ring of stone that is outside of it that you can place a bomb and blow up, and there's a cave there. And then there's also the one at the waterfall we saw when we want, not when we want. I mean, trust me, we want pieces of heart, but it's when we went and got those pieces of heart. So otherwise, at this point, I'm going to meet you there at the Circle of Stones. Be right back. Ooh, hold up now. On the way to Lon Lon Ranch, I found this fella. In old times, I heard there were many wild rabbits in the land of Hyrule. Not anymore, though, because of excessive hunting. I want to become a rabbit. Listen to the wind with those ears, hop across the ground with those legs. Even if I can only pretend. So, remember the guy I mentioned that shows up in Hyrule Field after Jabu Jabu's belly that we need to sell the next mask to? That is the character. So, now that I've, I guess, proven that he exists, we can also continue the Happy Mask Salesman quest. Though, frankly, that's probably not going to be my goal right this second, but just know that it is available. For now, we're after some Skulltulas, and to be fair, there are Skulltulas abound. Hello, Stolfos. I will say, I know that, the nighttime music is, non-existent, but to be fair, back in the day, it was a nice bit of ambience for you to just listen to, so I never minded it. Though I do wish there was a nighttime song, kind of like they did in later Zelda games, specifically Twilight Princess. Ooh. Some bombs, some magic, and a nice little hole to drop into. Now in here, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of webbing. This would be a problem if you didn't have Din's Fire. Luckily, we do. This is one of the reasons that having Din's Fire is such a big deal. And if you notice, it one-shots the big Skulltulas. So be sure to grab it. Now let's see, is he in there? No, I want to say he's actually over here with the cow. Yep, I can see him. Yeah, as you can see, spiders can't defend against the fire. So, may as well put it to good use. Plus, it doesn't even hurt the cow. So, bonus. There you are, you golden spider you. Give me that beautiful little token. Thank you kindly. Man, I tell you, I love Skulltula hunting. It is really satisfying seeing your huge list of Skulltula tokens just go up. I mean, what? We're already at 39? So not only can we grab the reward for 30 Skulltulas, but we'll also be able to grab the reward for 40 after this next one, which is crazy. Again, technically in order to beat the game, you only need 50 if you want all of the heart containers. So, we are well over halfway there. Otherwise, let's see. Grab our nice little ocarina. Play the sun song there. And then that will make it nighttime. And the Skulltula at the waterfall will appear. Now the nice thing is that from Gerudo Valley, we can jump into the water and be whisked away straight to Lake Hylia to grab the one on the back of the laboratory. So that is pretty darn convenient, I gotta say. Come here, Mr. Chicken. I would use you to glide all the way down the river, because I think it's maybe a little bit faster than taking the water. I might be wrong on that, and if I am, that's okay with me. Otherwise, let's see. Once we go from Lake Hylia, I want to say we should go to Kakariko Village, because then we can grab the Skulltula in Dodongo's Cavern. Which I guess technically the quickest way there might be to go to Kokiri Forest and take the Lost Woods? Yeah, it's kind of up in the air for how we get there. Point is, it's not gonna be a very quick way. So, I suppose we'll grab this Skulltula and then figure it out. Also, are you still there? Oh, come on, please let me get... Oh, no, bridge! I don't know if we're gonna get him in time. We didn't, gosh darn it. Ah. Had that bridge not gotten in our way, we would have gotten him and not had to play the sun song. So be it. There we go. I also like how they kind of just grow on the wall. There we go. Another gold Skulltula. Very nice. And then otherwise, I guess I'm gonna meet you at Kakariko Village. Because let's be honest, this is going to be a bit of a boring walk. So I'll see you there. Alright, now that we're finally back here in Kakariko Village, there are a couple strange Skulltulas to grab. The first is actually in the graveyard, so let's head over there first. After that, we're going to be returning to Dodongo's cavern. Trust me, it's gonna seem weird, but there is a Skulltula there we can grab as our current selves. Although it is technically easier later, I would much rather just do it now and get it out of the way. My goodness, there. Couldn't play the Sun Song. I don't know why, but I was pressing up and then down, not the right way. So then I want to say the Skulltula is on the wall over here. Yep. I mean, heck, you might remember from all that time ago. Seems like it's been forever. But no, he's just sitting up there. So let's give him what for with the boomerang. And, if I can aim, my goodness, collect our reward. Very nice. Then otherwise, I guess I'll meet you in Dodongo's cavern. So, be right back. Alright, now that we are back in Dodongo's cavern, remember that platform that now raises all the way up to the second level? That is the platform we need to get on. And unfortunately, we just missed our ticket up. So in the meanwhile, we'll blow up this Beamos and wait patiently. Man, it feels like forever since we've been in here. And while I'm thinking about it, let's not repeat our mistake from last time and equip our Hylian shield. After all, I really don't want to buy another Deku shield. Not that it really matters, because again, we just have so much money. Still, may as well do it. So you might be wondering, why are we coming all the way up here, out of all places? Well, turns out that should you come all the way back here to that room where we used the bomb flowers to get up, there's actually a hidden Skulltula that we couldn't have gotten before because the stairs were lowered. So in order to unlock this, we would have needed to do everything we did, leave, and then come all the way back. Which, frankly, yeah, we could have done it, but I also think you need the boomerang for this. So it's just easier to wait until now and do it now. Plus, again, my memory's really fuzzy and hazy on this one, even though I do have a note. So, I would rather just, have waited and gone back. But otherwise, come this way. Ow. Bit rude, but should be okay. Climb up the ladder here. And then, we're all the way back over here. Yeah. Trust me, this is a really roundabout method of having to do all this, but it does get you a Skulltula, so you gotta do it. And I mean, I guess technically we could have done this later, even, but I mean, really, I would much rather just do it now than wait even longer. Please. That's the one bad thing with the boomerang. If you miss your throw, you are kind of locked into the camera of wherever it's going, and you don't have a way of getting out of it very quickly. So that is one downside to the boomerang, as opposed to the slingshot. But still, the boomerang is free, the slingshot is not. So I think it's a fairly clear winner. Now, if you remember, this room, this is where we used those bomb flowers. And if you notice, there are vines on the side of this, I guess staircase, that lead to this alcove. And wouldn't you know it, here's another Skulltula that, yes indeed, we did need the boomerang for. Talk about sneaky. Now, frankly, there really isn't a great quick way to leave here So, I guess I'll meet you out. Alright, now that we're back here at the base of Kakariko Village, let's go put our Skulltula tokens to use. I want to say we have 40 something? Yeah, 43. That is more than enough for multiple rewards. And trust me, there's still more Skulltulas to get. After all, we know there are 100 of them. Still, let's see what 43 gets us. Should be some pretty nice rewards. Hey there, guy. The curse has been broken. Thank you. Here's a reward for you. And he gives us bomb shoes. On the select item subscreen, you can set it to left, down, or right. Carry in place with C. This is a new type of bomb that can even crawl up walls. Aim well and release it. These are quite an interesting item, and in fact, there's even a new mini-game with them now. So, we'll be sure to check it out. The curse has been broken. Thank you. Here's a reward for you. And from him, we get the Giant's Wallet. What a huge wallet. Now you can carry up to 500 rupees, the max in the game. Talk about a phenomenal upgrade. Now otherwise, that minigame I mentioned, technically, we could have done it earlier. Unlocking bomb shoes here for our personal use is not what actually unlocks that minigame. I want to say you can play it pretty much after your first visit to Hyrule. So, we'll be sure to do it once we're done with all this gallivanting about. But there are 2 more things we need to do. Specifically, there is a Skulltula out by this tree. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, it's by this tree, huh? Well, it must be night or you gotta roll into it. No. You need to bomb it. At least, buy it. And that'll open a hole. Trust me, I know it's weird. So with that done, hello there, good sir. I will, give you my finest jump attack, and then get our actual prize. The last Skulltula that we can get right now. Which, let me tell you, 44 Skulltulas is pretty darn good. Now, there's one last thing that we need to go get that technically I forgot about. It's actually back at Lord Jabu Jabu, so I'm gonna meet you over by him. Alright, now that we are back at Lord Jabu Jabu, you might be wondering, what the heck did you miss all the way back here? Well, this one's a bit out of the way. Turns out, it is past Lord Jabu Jabu, and frankly, I knew it was here. I just never go out of my way to get it now, because I'm going to be honest, it is one of the last things I'd ever use. Also, oh my gosh, it is so dark. Let me see if I can get on his tail real quick, because if I can, we can make it daytime, and that'll make things much easier to see. Because, oh my goodness. I love the Nintendo 64, but to be honest, it is sometimes extremely hard to see what is on screen. So, now that we have done that, I want to say it actually might be over here. I always forget where this is for whatever reason. But, ironically, I want to say we were actually right next to where we needed to go for this. I just completely forgot to grab it because it is a item that, I never use. I don't think it's right here, but I might be wrong, actually. No, it is. So if we blow open this wall here, we find another great fairy fountain. Again, I should have gotten this when we got the Skulltula. I just totally forgot it was here, because the item you get is, in my opinion, one of the most useless. Though I know in speedruns, it is phenomenal. So, you know, that's cool. Used in a lot of glitches. tasteful, as always. Thank you, Great Fairy.
Welcome, Link. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. I will give you a magic spell. Please, take it.
You got Aurore's Wind. This is warp magic you can use with C. Warp when you are in danger. You will teleport to the warp point. When you first use the magic, you will create a warp point. When you use the magic again, you can either dispel the warp point you created last time or warp to that point.
Remember, you can use Aurore's Wind only in dungeons that have a dungeon map hidden inside, okay? When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me.
So yeah, there's one of the reasons I absolutely just never use this item. It can only be used inside dungeons, and even then, you need to set a warp point, and then you can use it to get back to that point. So I mean, it's great if you get into a dungeon and then learn, hey, I'm not as equipped as I thought I was, and you made one like at the entrance or something. But frankly, I don't think I have ever used Aurore's Wind for any genuine purpose in this game in my life. I find it completely worthless, and frankly, other than glitches and speedruns, I don't know if anyone really uses this spell. I mean, frankly, Did Inspire is up and away the better spell, at least for right now. So, I can't really recommend it. But we still needed to get it, you know? I mean, come on. It would have looked bad if we left our item subscreen just missing an entire item. So, you know. So, although I may have forgotten for Aurore's Wind, I did remember to come back and get it. And although this is probably a decently lengthy episode with all of our Skulltula collecting and me remembering things I forgot, frankly, that's gonna do it for today. Next time we play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we'll return to Princess Zelda and see just what happens. As always, I'm Brad. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.